Over the years, I've had some almost successful attempts when it comes to ruining my life. Anything from self sabotage to destructive rumination. I think that I've compiled a collection of steps, this roadmap for a path most commonly traveled, this journey that anyone can follow to assist them in obtaining this miserable existence, or in layman's terms, here's an effective guide on how to ruin your life. Step 1, and arguably the most important, accept the cards that you have been dealt. Every day, you are expected to wake up with a less than adequate state of mind. Your objective really is to drill this idea into your mind that you are undeserving of any success or happiness or anything good for that matter. Now imagine there are a list of circumstances, expectations, cards if you will, that describe your life. Everyone is metaphorically dealt a hand of cards that can either influence your life or control it in entirety. Now imagine you were dealt the worst hand to ever exist, and because of this, you were unable to succeed. Accept this as a fact. Convince yourself that you are unfortunate, a simpleton living on this earth, destined to fail, destined to live a miserable life. Step 2. Don't try to change. Your beliefs and ideas should be fixated on one idea and one idea only, and that is your detriment. You should avoid any kind of change, especially positive change. Think of it as digging a deeper and deeper grave for yourself, like you're slowly priming your mind to thinking that this negativity within you is true and that nothing else could convince you otherwise. Tell yourself that change is bad. Change will only lead to more and more hardships. Fall into this false ideology that you know what's best for you, and attempting to change this framework is not what you need right now. Remember, you're right and everyone else is wrong, even if what's right is generally negative. Step 3. Drown yourself in your negativity. Now it's time for your collective thoughts to take the driver's seat. All of the negative and pessimistic thoughts that you've accumulated, your duty now is to make it your identity. Spread this apparent knowledge to your loved ones. Make sure that everyone knows that you are exceptionally unfortunate in your life. It's not your fault that your hand has already predisposed your destiny. It's never your fault. Give off this pessimistic and narcissistic tone to everyone around you. Stick to this mindset and surround your entire life around it. At this point, your thoughts aren't just strings of words floating in your head. They are a part of who you are, because identifying with the negativity within is a surefire way to living a miserable life. Step 4. Isolate yourself. Second to step number 1, this should be the one step that ties everything together. This should be the moment where the pot begins to boil. Everything that you have done so far has led up to this moment, this point of total isolation. Remove yourself from the world that you currently live in. Don't contact anyone, don't put yourself out there, don't expose yourself to social situations. Use up the time that you would have used for friends and family to ruminate in your thoughts. Think of every possible worst case scenario, fixate on every pitfall of your life, and most importantly, assume everything. Without the assistance of external thoughts, allow your mind to run wild filled with assumptions and negativity. Because assumptions will unlock the deepest and darkest thoughts within your mind, bringing you one step closer to living a miserable life.